25, my mind is, oh, how do I start? How do I move? But here we are. Life would happen. So go in the pace that carries you, is what I mean by rest.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on our growth journey. And as you all know, we use self-help books to become a better version of ourselves. This is a growth corner whereby we use self-help books to become a better version of ourselves. Well, before we jump into what we have today, I would like to introduce you all to what we have. Yay! Clap, guys. Well, her name is Mrs Funke Ogunsina, and she's a mother to me and someone I look up to, someone I respect a lot, which is why I thought to bring her here so we can share from her knowledge of experience, she can guide us right. As I'm very sure people like me that are watching this video, we all that we are in our 20s are still navigating through life. And what do they say? With a mentor, you can the journey of 100 years, you can actually reduce it to 10 years. So I would like you all to meet her. Ma'am, welcome, ma.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
Okay. Can you let them meet you or you do?
Like she said, my name is Funke Ogunsina. I'm a marketing communications person. I've been doing advertising, PR. I'm recently marketing technology. It's been a long journey building my career, building a family, and having a very wonderful young lady as Miriam here on this journey. So it's a pleasure being here.
Thank you, ma. You're welcome, ma. And we are happy to have you here, ma. So this channel is about us basically using self-help books to develop ourselves. Yeah, we read self-help books, we review it, and we take out the ones that we are going to.
I must confess that's a very good thing, because in this modern age and era, you hardly come about a young lady, a Gen Z person, read a book, talk less of a self-help book. So it's quite impressive. Well done. And to all the subscribers and people reading with her, well done, well done.
Thank you, ma. Well done, guys. Okay, so yeah, if you're in your 20s, trust me, this video is for you. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Remember, we are here to share in the wealth of knowledge of someone who has actually passed through this phase of life. So let's dive into it. The one reason why I actually brought her here, because I've been working with her for months now, and I so much admire her. The way she carries herself, her composure, her charisma, her aura, everything about her is just wow. It's actually rare to see a woman dominating where they are men. Yeah, don't let the guys hear these guys. So yeah, so I just feel like this is someone that brings power out. Like, yeah, we women, we can actually do more. So I love her for that. And then I thought, like, I actually want to learn from this person. Yeah, I want to embody all those attributes and characteristics she have that makes her whole. I want to gain from it. I want it to be seen in me also. And that is why we have her here today. So, ma'am, I would like to ask you, what drives you? What exactly drives you that gives you this feeling of, yes, I can conquer the world?
Thank you firstly for the compliments. My head is about to explode, but thank you. It's not me. I wouldn't comment. I wouldn't say it's me alone. It's a contribution of efforts over the years. Men, women who have contributed and helped build my personality that we see today, coupled with being your background also influences how you become, your parents, your siblings, your friends, and making sure that you are able to align your interests over the years. So I think it's a combination of many things. I wouldn't say, oh, this is who I am and give all the honor and praises to myself. It's a combination of contribution from when I was a child, what I was exposed to growing up, how the interest my parents also exposed me to, the kind of friends I built, the kind of, because I come from a large family where I have older siblings who have couple of number of friends. What I see them do also were part of the things that contributed to the person we see today. And those things informed my character. And most importantly, even while growing up, is also the fact that I became a person of purpose, not just a person of personal interest. As much as you want to build your personal interest, build the wealth, build all the influences and the likes, I have come to become a person of purpose, because I believe that the purpose uh, enables you impact rather than just gain. I used to say back in the day that if your life is all about you and what you get, your life is almost insignificant. It would be
Yeah.
too small if everything is all about
About
you.
you. Okay, so guys, you have it right there. Have a purpose and don't make it all about you. Have a purpose. Well, ma'am, I would like to ask you, do you growing up were you invested in self-help books?
Oh yes, oh yes. Reason why I
Okay.
must commend her. Immediately she mentioned this to me, I was like, wow, it's very rare. Self-help books and books generally were major investments that I was exposed to. In this era now, internet is accessible to everyone. But I feel that the internet is a combination of different information that might not be helpful
Mm,
in long time. But
mm,
with the books I grew up with, they were very broad. They opened my mind up. It helped me shape my perspective about life. It helped me shape my perspective about career focus. It helped me shape my perspective about being a woman, and being a woman of influence, and not necessarily because I grew up back then when it was a struggle for a woman to have a voice. I remember back in the days when I rarely have a female boss. So whenever I have them, growing up as an intern, I always ask them questions that how are you able to do it? How are you able to have your seat at the table where men are dominating? How are you able to juggle, the responsibilities of being a wife, being a mother, and still have your share on the table? I must confess, it was one of the difficult questions a lot of women in Nigeria
mm,
couldn't answer. And I must say, even on a global space, based on the kind of books I read. So I think those are the things that spurred me
mm.
and really built me to answer that questions for myself so I can give guys like you some answers based on my
Thank
experience.
you, ma. Thank you, ma. Okay, I would like to ask. This is off the question, but then is there like one book that you would recommend to us for we in our twenties that okay, this is a must read for someone in their twenties to actually read?
Hmm. Quite a number of them. There
Okay,
are quite a number of them. But I wouldn't know if this is a personal self-help book, but it's a literature.
okay.
The literature really helped me shape my mindset about the African culture
Mm-hmm.
and how we should really think about our environment and as a reflection of our culture. And that book is Popular Hibiscus
Okay, purple hibiscus. Note that down.
by
Write it down.
Chimamanda Adichie.
Adichie. Write it down and make sure you check it out if you haven't.
I think you should.
Yeah.
You should check. Have it in your library.
Thank you for that, ma. Thank you, ma. So, what was it like in your twenties?
Hmm. I think my 20s is very, very adventurous.
Wow. With
Ah, I saw today.
I'm thinking our own is more adventurous.
Oh, my 20s was very explorative,
Wow, okay.
very adventurous because my focus was now. How would this point be? It was, I wouldn't say adventurous in fact in the sense of just having fun and just playing.
Okay.
It was more of the adventure of planning, building, trying new things, not limiting myself to situations, trying out new things. It
Yeah.
was really adventurous for me. I had my challenges, I had my weaknesses, but the good thing was that I had already started
Okay.
building character, and I must also confess that God helped me. There's also a part of God helping you. In my 20s, I think I was about, I gained admission into university quite young, almost about maybe almost 20. I was in
Right.
university, and juggling living out of home for the first time, living away from your parents care, from your parents guidance, and being able to make sure that despite the independence you currently have facing as a young person, you never lose focus of the person you have become, your character that the parents have imbibed in you, and still make best of your academics while you are in it.
Yeah.
But even while at it, you don't lose sense of having fun in the middle of it, because I see that we hear we hear a lot of things about growth, learning, building character, it seems very cliche, boring, and no, you need to have fun, because enjoying your teens, enjoying your 20s, it's one of those things that really help you become. I remember when I was in university, I belonged to a group of people called Ray and Real.
Rare and real.
Rare and Real.
Okay, rare and real. Wow.
So
Okay.
it was one platform that really enabled me build a sense of leadership, a sense of responsibility, a sense of being able to articulate thoughts, build character, and show it on campus. I think every young person needs to belong to a community who share your aspirations, who help you one way or the other. You might not be in one platform or one community that has everything, but make sure you are getting and you are being fueled one way or the other, towards who you want to be. So I would say my 20s was quite explorative, but very adventurous. I had fun. I would never forget my 20s.
That's so good to
And it
hear.
was a combination of so many things that build Funke Ogunsina that you're seeing today.
That's a nice one coming from you, ma. And it's really amazing. I wasn't even expecting that you'd say it was explorative and fun because I don't know the idea of we Gen Zs that we used to think we are having more fun than our mothers the way they had fun in their 20s. But it's really nice to hear that it's not all about play and play and play. You
No,
can
it's
actually be adventurous in growth
yeah.
also. So yeah. So what are the things you wish someone has told you in your 20s that you know now?
Be patient and give yourself a break. As a 20-year-old or in my 20s, I was comparing myself a lot. It was a race against time, race against what are my colleagues doing that I'm not doing, and it was more. I think that was more challenging and that very distracting in the sense that I wanted to be like my other friends and I wasn't patient. But thankfully for my mom, late mom now, she's
Sorry about
always
that.
reminding me that my DNA is just my DNA, is one of a kind.
Wow.
That you don't have to be like every other person. She would say that, and I used to just wonder that is she trying to curb me? Is she trying to, curb my excesses? But now I understand, and if I can go back in time, I would give myself some grace, some patience to really allow me blossom. Because I knew I was growing, I was exploring. I kept a mirror on one side where I'm using that mirror to measure myself against my peers.
Oh,
And
wow.
sometimes it will rob you of the moment, the joys of the moment, the fulfillment of the moment, the opportunities you'd have seen if you had focused on self and your purpose. Yes, I'll give myself some slack, I'll give myself grace and patience.
I hope you've noted that down. Be patient and give yourself a break. Thank you so much for that insight. Really appreciate it.
You're
It's a
welcome.
whole lot. And
Thank
thinking
you.
about it, I think most of us fall into that pit of trying to compare and contrast of, oh, this is where I am. That's where my friend is. This is where I am. Yeah, we'll learn to cut some
Life
slacks.
will definitely happen to everybody. The
Yeah.
chapter of everybody will always flip at one point or the other. Why don't you just focus on you? Why
Yeah.
don't you focus on why am I here?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to prepare for? And let's see.
Okay. So I don't know. I feel in this age that we are right now, most of us struggle with decision making.
Hmm.
So I would like to ask you, how do you deal with the fear of making a wrong decision in your 20s?
Hmm. Hmm. I think that cannot be overemphasized because even like I said earlier, you as a 20-year-old or in your 20s, you are building self to be able to make a decision for your future. So clarity is one thing you need to have.
Okay.
And that is where you need to kill the fear of missing out or the fear of comparison. Well, that comparison, if as the case is, you need to have clarity.
Okay.
What do I want? Why am I here?
Hmm.
What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How do I get better? Once you're able to ask those questions, understanding why you are here is a lot better, a lot clearer, and that will also make it very almost seamless for you to make a decision. For instance, I knew I wanted to do marketing communication. So
Okay.
it was easy for me to start exposing myself to things, personalities who I admire both in Nigeria,
Um,
locally and globally.
hmm.
So to go into university was easy for me to make a decision that I have to go in and do mass communication. And even while I'm doing that, my focus will be PR and advertising because mass communication is quite bold.
But, yeah.
So some people opt for mass communication as in quote a easy way out instead of you doing the arithmetic. But because I was clear about what I am doing today, it was easy for me to make that decision. And also about life as well. Oh, did I enjoy? Like I mentioned, I enjoyed, but then I was able to make a decision on the kind of fun or the things I exposed myself to because I
So,
was clear of where I'm headed. So I could make that decision that I don't think alcohol is good for me. It doesn't mean it's bad, as it were. It could work for some people, but it didn't work for me because that is not
what
what
you
I
want.
want to be. That is not what I am interested in. It also
Mhm.
informed the kind of friends, the kind of cliques I was able to build over the years. And I must say, some of them are they still relevant? Maybe, maybe not. But clarity of focus, knowing who you are, will help you make a better decision. And also reaching out to mentors, people who are intentional, who have valid interest in you. They
You.
will see it. People will see, like I am here with Miriam,
Yeah.
has seen an interest, has seen something, and here I am.
Thank you,
So
ma.
people will see that thing in
Yeah.
you because you will be almost crystal clear and you will do it. It might not seem like it adds up at almost an instance, but people will see it and they want to contribute to it.
Thank you so much for that, ma. So, as you have heard now, for you to make a decision, just make sure you have that clarity first. Understand who you are. It will help you make your decision easier. What would you tell your 25-year-old self
Hmm.
right now?
What would I tell my 25-year-old self? Rest. Rest. Life will happen. At 25, my mind is, oh, how do I start? How do I move up? But here we are. I think I have gone off the journey of life, tasted the good, the bad, get married, have kids, travel the world, build a career, make money, have friends, build an industry of click, it will happen. So don't stress.
Okay, you heard it. Rest. Take a rest today. But then some of us, I don't know, people view rest as laziness
Oh, let me
sometimes.
quickly clarify that. And that is from a point of clarity as well.
Yeah.
Because rest, if not properly defined, becomes
Yeah.
laxity and laziness. When I say rest, it's not necessarily going to doze off the couch when you have things to do. It's giving yourself time and grace as you travel the journey, not living in anxiety, not living in fear, and those things will rob you of life would happen. So go in the pace that carries you, is what I mean by rest.
Rest. Okay.
Go in your pace, don't compare, grow. When you will recognize the opportunity in a place of rest, but you might lose the opportunity when you are comparing, you are anxious, you are fearful, and that would even could elongate the process of your
Process.
journey rather than shortening it.
Mhm.
A lot of people are achieving a lot more in their teenage, in
Yeah.
their 20s, just because they are very clear.
Yes. Thank you for so much for that. Thank you for that, ma'am. So if someone watching this video right now heard everything that okay, I need to strategize, I need to calm down, I need to take a rest, I need to have clarity of who I am first. But at this moment, they are feeling so lost right now. They don't know what to do. Like, what would you advise them to do in the next 48 hours? Okay. Even before you start saying you want to strategize and everything, do this in the next 48 hours first to actually calm
Hmm.
yourself.
That's a very good question. I think in the next 48 hours, that person is to walk around with a pen and paper
Okay.
because you can't have everything documented in your mind and you make the right decision.
Hmm.
So what you are trying to do is to build that clarity of you want to shut out the noise, the distractions, and write. Expose yourself to reasonable knowledge because not all knowledge are useful and reasonable. Your self-help book becomes your partner. It shapes your thoughts so you can document properly. In
Yeah.
those 48 hours, look for information that tallies with your area of interest, be it your talent, be it your whatever the interest is. And I dare say that there's no interest or talent that is useless. It might not be compared to another person's talent, but if you take yourself seriously or what you find interesting seriously, it is very useful. So you need to write, You need to expose yourself to a lot of information, relevant and useful information. And at the end of your 48 hours, go through what you have written. You'll be amazed what you have written. You're not trying to, you're not, while you're documenting, you're not trying to be like a stenographer or be an expert. You're only documenting. By the time you go through your notes after 48 hours, you'll be amazed what you have been, who you are, you find yourself. And that calm will be, and the end of the 48 hours does not mean your journey has ended. It has only helped you shape your mind, calm your nerve, give you clarity, then you can move from there.
That's a beautiful one right there. Thank you so much, Ma. Because yeah, I don't think the concept of journaling can be emphasized enough more than you have done it. This is it's just so simply beautiful and simplified for them. Journaling. I don't think anyone should be watching this video right now, even without a pen and paper, because these are life-changing tips here that she has given us, and
I'm
you should
glad.
have documented
I'm
those
glad. I'm
down.
glad.
Yeah. So if you are watching this video and you're still here, thank you so much for staying with us to this stage. And if you know anyone in their 20s that you feel this video is going to help, please do well to share with them. You'll be doing your friends, your families, you'll be doing them a huge favor, because these life tips are something you don't just find anywhere. You can read a 200 pages book and you still wouldn't have gotten this value that you have gotten in the space of how many minutes video. So thank you so much, Ma. We appreciate you coming here and letting us share your words of knowledge.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me.
Yeah, and I hope we are going to be seeing more of you.
Oh, please let me know. I'll be glad.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, everyone.
yeah. So see you all at my next video. Bye.
Bye.